My calories have been right around 3,000 to 3,500, which is about where I want to be. I'd like to get up to 4,000, but I feel like my body's responding well to 3,000 to 3,500. I feel like I am gaining weight, which is good. So I'm going to try to stay on track with that. But like I said, if I can get in the extra 1,000 calories or 500 calories, that could really help. I think the biggest thing for me is just starting early to make sure that I get in everything I need for breakfast, and that gives me a good set calorie count to work off of for the rest of the day. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Besides that, I'm about to get my day started here. I'm not going to be working out until later tonight, around probably like 7. So I might film that workout for you guys. It's going to be a back and biceps day, but we're going to go from there. So that's it. So for this workout, guys, I actually did back and biceps, but I only filmed the back section of this workout. I was running kind of short on time, so I just tried to film at least one set of each exercise that I did. So I started off with doing the row machine. I do this row machine pretty frequently. I like it because I feel like it targets more of my lower back and even like mid back, which I feel like I don't get with a lot of the other exercises that I do. So I do like to do this one on a pretty regular basis, but I kept the weight decently heavy, going for about 15 to 17 reps. And I did 3 sets of those. So next I moved on to doing rows, and I used the, I think that's called a straight bar. I don't actually know the official name of that bar. But I was doing seated rows with these, trying to go for about 15 to 17 reps again. And I did 3 sets of these. For these, I like to keep the weight actually pretty light for seated rows. I find that if I go too heavy, I actually start to sway my body too much, which offsets me using my back muscles to do all the work. So I try to avoid that as much as possible and actually try to really focus on squeezing my shoulder blades together and using my back, because I find that I'll use my arms a little too much and also sway if I go too heavy. So back especially, more than most other body parts that I train, I like to go very light, especially with the seated rows. For these, I did do 3 sets of about 15 to 17 reps, but that was pretty much the workout, guys. I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. So the past couple hours, I've been actually cleaning out my laptop because the storage is almost full. Just cleaning out a lot of stuff I don't look at or use anymore, so that takes up a lot of time. But I am about to go to the store because I need to pick up an external hard drive so I can store a lot of my content that I use for YouTube and Instagram and all that. So I'm going to go pick up that now. I still need to work out, so I need to hit legs and shoulders. So I'll try to film that workout possibly, but besides that, I'm going to go pick up that hard drive right now, and then I'm going to get the rest of my day going from there. Alright guys, so I am on my way to the store like I said. One thing I was thinking about that I got a decent amount of questions about is how to gain weight or how to lose weight. And there's a lot of variables involved with that. But basically what I normally tell people is that it's mostly about energy balance. So if you're trying to lose weight, I think one of the biggest things is making sure that you burn more calories than you eat and take in your body every day. So if you're at a calorie deficit at the end of the day, meaning that you burn more calories than you took in or ate, you're going to eventually lose weight if you do that over time. So in the sense of just losing weight, it doesn't even necessarily matter exactly what you eat. I mean, there's been people who have lost weight eating nothing but McDonald's, Big Macs, and that's all they ate, and they lost weight over time. So it's at the end of the day, it's about calories in terms of losing weight. Now you want to have good quality nutrients in order to have good body composition and to look good and feel good. But in terms of just losing weight, it's the main thing to focus on is just that energy balance and making sure if you're in a deficit at the end of the day, you're going to eventually lose weight because you're burning more calories than you're eating, so you will lose weight. Same thing kind of goes for gaining weight as well. If you're trying to gain weight, you need to make sure you're at a surplus, so you need to make sure that you're eating more calories than you're burning, and then the same thing, you will eventually gain weight over time. And that takes a long time too. Like, it's not an easy process, but that's kind of like the basics of or like the main thing that you should look for when you are trying to gain weight or lose weight. There's a lot of different plans and stuff out there that I'm sure will help some people, and some of it's real, some of it's probably fake, but that's like the biggest thing to focus on. That's what I focus on for gaining weight and losing weight. So I just thought I would tell you guys that. So for me, for example, I'm trying to gain weight, so I need to make sure that my calorie intake is higher than what I'm burning, which needs to be a lot because I'm in the gym about probably roughly 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours a day. Besides that, when I'm not in the gym, I'm pretty active in general, so I am burning a decent amount of calories throughout the whole day. So I just need to make sure that my calorie intake is very high because I am burning a lot of calories in general. It is hard to tell at the end of the day how many calories you're actually burning, which can be difficult. So I don't track too much of that, but I do track my calorie intake and all that stuff, so I know what I'm eating and my nutrients, and then I can kind of adapt. So I know roughly around how much I should be eating based on my activity level and how much calories I'm burning based on how my body feels and how I feel and how much weight I'm gaining. So part of it's just listening to your body, seeing how you feel, seeing how you look, and then kind of adjusting from there. That's kind of the basics for gaining and losing weight, and even for maintaining weight. If you are trying to maintain your weight you are at now, try to burn as many calories as you're eating, and you should maintain your weight. In terms of nutrients and how you feel, you do want to get good quality calories in, which can be difficult at times. So that's a whole nother part of eating in general. But yeah, I just thought I would tell you that because I did get a couple questions. So unfortunately, guys, I was not able to find the external hard drive I was looking for at the store. I actually went to 2 stores, but I'm just going to order it online anyways. But I'm about to head to the gym now, guys. I didn't work out yesterday. I thought I was going to, but I was very tired and I was not feeling it, so I decided to train today instead. So as of right now, the plan is to train legs, and then if I have time, I'm also going to train shoulders as well. So hopefully I can get both of those in. I clocked in this morning at 184.4, so I am gaining weight slowly. It just takes a while. I'm making sure my calorie intake is higher than even what it was a couple weeks ago. Food's just the biggest thing for me right now. I need to make sure I'm getting in enough food. It's just going to be very important for gaining size and weight and strength. So that's something that I'm really prioritizing and making sure I get in enough calories and hitting my marks for protein and fats and carbs. So I am feeling stronger in the gym in general. I feel like I can get heavier lifts, get a better pump, which is always good when you're feeling strong. It does suck when you're not feeling as strong as you could be, or you feel like you're weak in some ways. You feel like you can't lift the weight that you should be able to. It also sucks when you feel like you can't lift the weight that you should. It also sucks when you think you should be able to lift weight that you think you. It also sucks when you can't lift the weight that you think you can. But that's not the case for me as of right now. I feel like I am lifting weight that I should be able to lift, which is always a good thing. But we will see as time goes on. Like I said before, I am going to try to film some max lifts for you guys. Maybe max squat, but definitely like max bench. I might try my max deadlift as well. I'm gonna head to the gym now, and then I will catch up with you guys in a little bit. What are you doing, Lynn? What are you doing? What are you doing? What? What are you doing? Good girl. Good girl. If any of you guys have a pre-workout that you really like, that you take a lot and you feel like it really works well, let me know, because I am looking for different options when it comes to pre-workout. There's a couple that I really like, but I'd like to kind of expand and see what else there is and see how it affects my body and how it helps me. So if you guys have any suggestions on pre-workout, let me know down in the comments what you guys take, and I will try it out. So to start off this leg workout, I did start with squats. I like doing squats to start off leg day just because it's such a fundamental movement like I talked about before. Before I did these, I actually did stretch. So I just did some hamstring stretches, some quad stretches. And then I also like to kind of swing my legs back and forth, like in a kicking motion, just to kind of warm up the legs, get the blood flowing, and just help the flexibility a little bit in my legs. But I did start off with doing a couple sets with just 25 pounds on each side of the barbell. And then I moved up to doing 45 pounds, and then I also added 5 pounds on each side as well. For these, I actually used the lifting belt. I haven't used my lifting belt in a good while, but I decided to use it just to save my back. So for those who don't know, a lifting belt's really good for if you're doing heavier weight with squatting or overhead presses or anything like that, because it kind of saves your lower back from a lot of stress or hyperextension when you are doing like overhead lifts, and it kind of just saves your back from unneeded pressure or stress. So it kind of creates pressure in your cavity, in your abdominal cavity, which stabilizes your core and keeps you in line so that you're not feeling a lot of stress. But for these squats, I did do about 3 sets of 15 to 20 is what I went for. But next I moved on to doing hamstring curls. This is one of the first times I actually used this machine. So most machines that I usually like to use in the gym, the top section that I sit on doesn't really move, and you're just moving your lower legs. This machine is kind of cool though, because it moves your upper body with the motion of your legs, so it kind of creates a nice smooth motion. For these, I also did 3 sets of 3 sets of about 15 to 20 again. I went for high volume for this leg day. Even though I am trying to gain weight, I do like to chase the pump more than just doing a lot of heavy weight in general. But I do like to switch it up. So next I moved on to doing the hip adduction machine. I like doing these in combination with the hip abduction machine on days that I do these, which is not every single leg day, but I do like to incorporate them for something different and just to target each area of my legs. These are a workout that I like to keep very light. Both of these are, just because they're kind of like an awkward workout for me in terms of the motion. It's not really a motion that I use every day for my legs, so it is easy to go too heavy and tighten up. I have had times when I use this machine and I would really tighten up a lot. As you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but with my left hand I'm pressing into my hip flexor because it is tightening up really bad, and I sort of stood up and stretched it, but I decided to keep going. So I just pressed it to try to offset the tension that was on my hip flexor. But same thing for these, I did 3 sets of about 15 to 20 in total. To end this workout, I did hack squats. So I kept it with 25 pounds on each side, which seems really light, and it was. Not for me though. Hack squats are very difficult for me. I'm sure they're difficult for a lot of other people as well. But it felt like a good weight for me. I wanted to, like I said, get volume in, so I did keep them decently light. For these, I actually did 3 sets of 30 reps. So I would take breaks in between, and I just kept going until I got 30, and then I would take a break, do the same thing again, 2 more times. So this was really brutal, but I liked it because it really helped me activate the muscles in my legs, and it was a great finisher for the day. Hack squats I don't do on a regular basis in terms of leg days, but I like to incorporate them as often as possible. I saw the machine was open, and I did feel like trying it again, so I just hopped on and thought it would be a good idea. I would like to increase the weight for these as I keep doing them, but like I said, I wanted to go for volume. I was chasing a pump, so that's kind of what the weight that I kept it at. But that's the workout as a whole, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video and share it with a friend. But besides that, guys, I will see you in the next one.